ladies, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute, I know. Just before I get started, I have been documenting my hairburst journey, and if this is your first video that you're watching of mine, Hairburst is this company that do the most incredible hair stuff, and I've been using their chewable hair vitamins now for coming up to 6 weeks, I think, and I said I'd document my journey and I'd speak about them, and basically I didn't want to say too much on my last videos because obviously I hadn't used them for years, and so I didn't want to say, yeah, these are amazing, and not know what they were like. But I can now say after 6 weeks of using them, they are incredible. What they are is they're literally just vitamins that you take in the morning. I take 2 in the morning. They're chewy, they're strawberry, they taste so good. Like sometimes I go to eat more and I'm like, stop, they're not sweet tan, what are you doing? But they've got loads of vitamins in to just help with hair growth, hair loss, and just to basically make your hair healthy. So I have now got my extensions back in. I haven't had them in now since December, and so the girl who I go to obviously has seen my hair for what, 2 years now, and she was like, wow, why is your hair growing so much? And I was like, has it? And she was like, yeah, 100% your hair has grown. So I've just put my extensions back so you can see what my natural hair is like. This is my shortest length now. The shortest. Before this was my whole hair. Like my whole entire head was this length. And it's more the shine. Like my hair is so shiny now. I'm going to use these more than ever now because obviously with extensions that it is harder to look after your hair. I don't do hair treatments as much. I'll just straighten my hair a bit more because obviously to match my extensions, and so these now are even more perfect to be able to just give my hair what it needs. And I mean, the fact that my hair now as well is as shiny as my extensions, the blend, like, I'm sorry, Hairburst, incredible. I've got a code as well for you all, which I'm going to pop in the description if you're interested in these products. I highly recommend these, and if you do get them, give it 4 weeks maybe and then let me know what you think, because I guarantee you will not be disappointed. But yeah, that is just my Hairburst journey. So I don't know, oh, just quickly as well in case anyone's wondering, so I've started properly swimming, right? I started David Lloyd, if anyone knows David Lloyd, Unreal Gym, and so I've tried to start swimming twice a week, and so today I just wanted to see how far I could swim underwater. And yes, I know I'm 24 and I shouldn't be doing these things, but you know, when normal people go to the pool for exercise, they'll go for exercise and swim lengths. I was having races with myself to see how fast I could swim underwater. Anyway, I've gone under and my acrylic has just gone on the floor, and when I say I am in pain, like, I came up, I was crying, I went to the lifeguard and I was like, my hand, like, and she was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then she obviously realised my finger was not come off. My whole nail has come off, like, it is just off. That pain, wow. Every time it bends, it hurts. I've cut it down as far as I possibly can, and I'm going out tomorrow night, so not a vibe, I know. Anyway, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is about my surgery. So I just want to start this off with a disclaimer, a huge disclaimer, that this video is in no way telling you to go and get surgery. It's a very sort of like controversial subject. Some people are obviously really against surgery, some people are all for it. I personally believe that it is your body, you shouldn't live to impress other people, which I'm going to get onto in a minute, and so I believe it's your body. If you want to change something, then change it, that's your choice. However, I'm not going to obviously say, yeah, go and get this done, it's amazing. I just get asked this question on a daily basis. Ever since I started YouTube, everyone was saying to me, please, please, please do a surgery video. So here I am. I've done a Q&A on Instagram just to answer everyone's most frequently asked questions. So there are places that you can go that aren't as safe as other places, and I think it's really important. The main thing I say is research your surgeon. Research, and research again. Like reviews, people that have gone there. I message people that have been to the surgeon. I literally found people that have been to him, messaged them myself. Like, yeah. Just because, like, it's such a big deal, and yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna start answering questions because I'm sure everything I need to say will be answered in these questions that people have got for me. Do you know what? I'm gonna give you a lowdown actually of what I got. So basically, after I had Maria, which for everyone that doesn't know is my daughter, I got Mystitis, which is when your milk ducts, I think, gets clogged up. I always get it sort of wrong. So mostly Mystitis can just go away with like antibiotics. People breastfeed through Mystitis, which, oh my god, if you do, wow, because I physically couldn't. So I got antibiotics. 3 weeks later, it hadn't gone away, went back to the doctors, got antibiotics again. In the end, they said to me, look, it's not going away, like, you need to go, it's infected now. And it was basically like this lump in my boob, like you could see it, like it was hot. It was just hot, like it was red and hot. So I went to the hospital and I had it drained, and I didn't prepare myself for the pain of having it drained. And so what they did is they did like an ultrasound on it, put like a thick needle into it, and drained it basically. And they said, look, it's not obviously all drained out, but it should start going down. Didn't go down. Went back to the doctors. They said, look, you're gonna have to have it drained again. You're probably gonna have to go back about 7 or 8 times. Like, that's just what happens basically, or you can have the abscess removed. So I thought, do you know what, have it removed, I want it out. I don't want to go back 8 times and have that needle put in my boob again, please. So I had an operation. They said to me, you're going to have a scar about this big across your nipple, and I said, yeah, fine. So I had the operation. About 6 weeks after my operation, I looked in the mirror and I just burst out crying. And before I'd had this, I had never even thought of surgery. A couple of my friends had had their boobs done, but it was just not something that I was interested in. I was just like, yeah, I don't want to do that. But when I say one was like up here, it basically had like its own uplift on another level, and one was drooped down. So I went back to the doctors and I said, what has happened? Like, what do I do? And they basically said, look, when we removed the abscess, like they probably just removed damaged tissue, and that's what's happened, and it could come back over time, it could not, but that's it, like that's what you're left with. And it was that bad to the point where my mum is one of those people where she just doesn't, like, she's not bothered about anything, like anything to do with boob jobs or anything. She'd be like, no, what are you doing? And she even said to me, like, okay, yeah, like that is bad basically, like I can see why you're upset. So ever from then, I was like, I want my boobs done. Like, I need my boobs done. I'm so like uncomfortable. I couldn't wear any form of top that without a bra. I thought, yeah, I want my boobs done. So I found a company. So Serene Cosmetics is who I went with, and they are the concierge company, and they were absolutely unreal. They work with a surgeon in Marbella. So I sent over my pictures and everything like that. That was all fine, and they said, yep, you need an uplift and implants. And then I started looking at all of their pictures and stuff, and I don't know what led me to then have a BBL, but I was just looking at all their before and after pictures of other girls that had it done, and I was like, wow, I really want that. And I sort of toyed with it for ages, and then I was like, actually, I think I'm gonna get lipo. And I don't know, do you know what, there's no actual reason apart from I just wanted it. I just looked at the girls and I thought, I really want that. And you could look at it as like a lazy way, then obviously going to the gym. But at the time, I was actually going to the gym 5 days a week, and I'm going to put a picture of what I actually looked like prior to my surgery. Like, I basically had like ab lines because I was going to the gym so much. It wasn't the fact that I wasn't motivated to lose weight and I couldn't have done it in the gym or anything like that. I just wanted it. Like, I can't give you an explanation of why. Yeah, I just wanted it. People that I've been like, sort of like boys I've spoken to in the past and stuff, have said to me like, oh, you've got no bum, and I'd be like, thanks, Han. So I don't know whether that made me a little bit insecure about my bum. I don't know. I just saw the results basically and thought, I really want that. So I booked in for my boobs, which was the main reason I was going, and then within obviously booking in for my boobs, I saw all of the other surgery and I thought, I really want a BBL. So I booked for my boobs and my BBL. And so yeah, so now I'm going to get onto the questions, because I'm sure most of the questions will answer what I need to say. So the first one is, how did you tell your parents and how did they react? So my mum always knew I was getting my boobs done, and she was fine because she knew the reason why I wanted my boobs done. Now the BBL, I knew my mum was going to flip her lid. Like, my mum was going to lose it, Eminem style. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't going to go down well. So I flew to Turkey the week before my surgery to go on holiday, and I put up on my Instagram that I was having a BBL the day I was flying home from Turkey. So I flew home from Turkey and then flew out to Marbella for my surgery 4 days later, I think. And that's when my mum found out. And she just basically said, oh, I'm really worried for you. Like, why do you want that? And I just said, I want it, mum, basically. That's what I'm getting. And I just sort of said it quite plain and simple, and that's how I told her. But my biggest advice, if you are worried about telling your parents, is just be open and honest with them. List your reasons why you want it done. Go to them with the surgeon that you found and say, this is the surgeon, have a look, they're really safe, they're really good. And also, I think if you're just sort of thinking about it, your parents might, and also friends, might also talk you out of it, because surgery isn't always the answer. And okay, for example, recently I've gone through a thing where I want my nose done. I keep looking back at videos, especially after starting YouTube. I'll watch back my video and say, oh my God, I hate my nose. And my friends just talk me out of it, and they just say, just don't, just do not, like, just don't. And they've taught me out of it. They say, you're beautiful, you don't need your nose done. So yeah, I definitely say, speaking to your family and friends is one of the main things I would do personally, before booking surgery, just so that they obviously can give you their input. They're really important to you. Obviously family is everything. So that's my biggest advice. They might, you know, come up with other options for you, because, you know, there might be other options for you. Surgery is a big deal, and surgery is so important to know. Surgery comes with big risks. There are huge risks with surgery. It's not just that I'm going to get this done and I'm going to be fine. Like, you sign a lot of consent forms. Things can go wrong. It's just the way it is. This is just slipping down. So yeah, it's not a decision that should be taken lightheartedly. And I think if you are thinking of surgery for whatever reason, whatever it is, I always say to people, think and think again. I was 23 when I got my surgery, but I personally wouldn't advise people getting surgery when they're like 18, 19. Your bodies are still changing, your bodies are still growing. So yeah, I would also, don't rush into this decision. If you see something you want and you think, okay, I'm insecure about this and I'm going to change it and this is what I want, think and think again about it, because you might change your mind and that might be the best decision you've made. Do you know what I mean? So that's that advice with that. Would you recommend going abroad for surgery, or is the UK better? Basically, there are unreal surgeons abroad. I mean, the UK is probably the safer option. I mean, you're not flying to a different country where you're putting yourself more at risk. But I would say there's just as good places abroad. Some people just want to go abroad. Obviously abroad can be cheaper, and that's sometimes the reason why people pick it, and I wouldn't advise on that. The problem is, okay, yes, it's cheaper abroad, but sometimes it's cheaper for a reason, and I would really research the surgeon and think, right, am I going abroad for the right reasons? Am I going abroad because I really want that surgeon, or am I going abroad because it's cheaper? And if it's because it's cheaper, just think about it, because it's your body. Like, your body, you're in this for life. Like, it is your body. And for a bit of extra money, whether it takes you a couple more years to save for it, I promise you it'll be a lot more worth it than going abroad to a surgeon that's cheaper and having complications. Me personally, I loved the results of the surgeon abroad, and that's why I chose to go abroad to my surgeon. But there's amazing clinics in the UK. But yeah, so yeah. Was it painful during and after? Okay, so this is one of the biggest questions I get. Was it painful? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I've had a C-section, and I probably put it on par with a C-section pain. So I didn't prepare myself for the pain. I would just go on girls' Instagrams that had been to the same surgeon. I'd watch their highlights of their surgery and things like that on their Instagrams, and I'd be like, okay, cool, you're walking around fine. So I thought it'll be fine. So I'll just tell you more about what my surgery was like. So I landed in Marbella on like 8 o'clock at night the night before, and then I went for my surgery at 8 o'clock the next morning. I met my surgeon, he drew on me. He said to me that what implant size I should get, and because my boobs were very unequal, I got 300cc, which is the implant size, and 275 in the other. And then yeah, I went down for my surgery. I'm not sure how long I was asleep for. I think I went down at 1 o'clock, and they phoned my mum. So they were amazing. They phoned my mum to tell her, like, oh, she's okay. I think they phoned my mum about 5:30 maybe. And I didn't call my mum myself until 8 o'clock. And I rang her and said, oh, I'm awake now. And she was like, I know, Mia, you've been awake for hours. And I was like, okay, I've just come round. And I'm going to put pictures all through this. So I'm going to put a picture of my before and after at the end. But so I woke up and I was just very thirsty. I hadn't had any water for hours, and I had to wait a bit longer because I was on a drip and everything like that. And the team were amazing. I was just in my own room and I was just really like uncomfortable. I was just laying like this, and after about 3 hours maybe, the nurse came in and said, oh, you need to like get up and go to the toilet. And I kid you not, I could not get out of bed. Like, I physically couldn't. So I'd had my boobs done and I'd had a BBL. So for anyone that doesn't know, by the way, a BBL is when they take fat from one area and put it into your hips and your bum, and it helps to get rid of hip dips, and obviously the appearance of your bum. So I couldn't use my abdominal muscles or anything like that, so I couldn't pull myself up. I couldn't use my arms because of my boobs. So the nurses had to literally physically swing my legs round and hoist me by my neck out of the bed. So that was the first thing. I had a hole, like, in the down there area in my garments to go to the toilet. Yeah, to go to the toilet. So I just wee through that. I was walking like a penguin. I'm not gonna lie, the first 3 days of the surgery was horrendous. I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah, it was horrendous. Very painful. Do you know what it was? It was more uncomfortable. So the surgeon I went to has this machine, and this is why I went to him, because he's a very safe surgeon at the procedure, and he's got this very expensive machine. And I think what it does, I might be wrong, is it pumps water in with the fat that they put in, and it just obviously is a safe way to do the procedure. But with that you swell. So I was like triple the size I was going to be, and these garments are compression garments to stop with like the swelling and blood clots, I believe. And so these garments were so tight to the point that if I put them on now, they'd be tight on me now, but my hips were huge. So it was more uncomfortable. That's what the pain is like. My whole body, I'm going to put pictures of my bruising now, my whole body from head to toe was bruised. Like, the only bit that wasn't bruised was the bottom part of my legs. So yeah, yeah, these pictures here, like, I was so bruised and so swollen. It was just very uncomfortable. That's how I can describe it. It's not a screaming pain, it's not a stabbing pain, it is just a very uncomfortable feeling. So I stayed overnight in the clinic, and then the next morning I think they changed my garments and everything, which that was painful, because imagine putting suck-in pants that don't fit you on. That's what it was like. I had these suck-in pants on, like garments, but on a very swollen, bruised body, and there were nurses hoisting it up. Like, it was, God, yeah, it hurt. But anyway, so I went back to the hotel the next day, and I had actually flown out with me Malia, my little girl, and my friend, because I thought, why not? Malia, come too, have a holiday. And I obviously paid my friend to go so that she could get a holiday too and look after Malia, which I thought, breeze, fine. And I booked us all one hotel room, because on the website it had a double bed and a single bed. So I was like, fine, Malia can sleep in the double bed with my friend and I'll sleep in the single bed. When we checked into a hotel the night before my surgery, the bed was just one huge bed. It was like a triple king size bed, which I couldn't sleep in, because I'll put a picture here as well. I had my drains. So my drains were for my boobs, and it basically drains any fluid from around your implants, which are really important. So I had my drains. I couldn't sleep in the same bed as her, so I had to book another hotel room and sleep in the hotel room on my own. So, which I thought, fine, that'll be fine. However, I couldn't get out of bed. So, sorry, eyelash. So, I probably slept for all of about 1 hour the first night being back in the hotel, because I couldn't physically get out of bed. I physically couldn't. So I'd be pulling myself up with, you know, like the sort of old-fashioned hotels, or even new ones, when they had the bendy lamps. I was pulling that, and I was thinking, I'm going to rip it off the wall, I'm going to owe the hotel hundreds of pounds, like, oh my god. And yeah, the first 2 nights were very uncomfortable. I was out in Marbella for 8 days, and by the 4th day I was going down to the pool under an umbrella, don't get me wrong, but I was walking around. We went out for dinner every night, we went down to the beach, we went to this beach sort of bar place with Malia, and she was playing in the sand and dancing, and I was just sat like with, like, yeah, all my garments on in the Marbella heat, which wasn't enjoyable. But it got better very quickly. I got my surgery on the Wednesday, and by the following Thursday, when I landed back in the UK, I was getting my nails done. So like, I was back to normal things. I recovered very quickly from it. It's just the first 3 days I'd say is very painful, and I would advise, if you are going for surgery, having someone with you is very, very important because they can help you. But yeah, so that was a sort of experience. So bra size before and after, and type of implants. Type of implants, I'm gonna have to find my paperwork, and I will put it in the description of what type of implants I've got. But I was a C before, and now I'm a double D. So I didn't go big because I wasn't getting my boobs done because I wanted big boobs. I was just getting them done to fix a problem that there was before. So it was just to even them out. So I didn't go really big. I'm just a double D. Yeah, so I'd just say that I probably wouldn't go and get a BBL now. Only because my mindset's changed and I'm now trying to love my body the way it is, basically. I feel like with boobs and things like that, I had a sort of issue that I wanted fixed. But when it comes to like a BBL, would I get it done again? I wouldn't get it done again. And don't get me wrong, I've gone through phases of wanting it done again. I've been like, oh, I'll just get another BBL. And then I realised how unhealthy that mindset is. Like, oh, I'm just feel like I'm putting on weight, I'm gonna get another BBL. Like, it is such a huge, huge surgery, and it is dangerous. There's big complications, and it did make me more body conscious because at one point I had a lot smaller waist than I do now, because it is also not permanent. I think that's very important for people to know. Can you see them? So they've been there the whole time. Yeah, it's not permanent. You can't go and get a BBL and then come home and eat everything you want to, not exercise. You still need to go to the gym to keep the figure that you've now gone and got. And so when you don't, your body will go sort of back to, not back, but your body will change. And so that's what's happened with me. Like, my body has changed from when I first got my surgery. And you can go and get another one and another one and another one. You can keep going and getting these BBLs. However, unless you have the lifestyle as well, the healthy eating, the gym, your body won't stay like that. That is a fact. Your body will not stay like that. You have to maintain it. And day-to-day life, it's hard to, you know, maintain a body that is like that. And so I feel like I've got more self-conscious because I then became obsessed with what I looked like after my surgery. And obviously the swelling of my hips went down, which made my waist sort of illusion, because when your hips are swollen, your waist looks smaller. So then what happened was my hips went down and so my waist looked bigger, and then I got obsessed with it. And my friends say to me, like, you're more obsessed with what you, like, you're more self-conscious now than what you were before your surgery. Make that make sense? And that's because it's made me more self-conscious, because I've become, well, not now because I'm sort of on a bit of a journey to not be like that, but there was a point where I became obsessed with, like, oh, but my waist doesn't look as small as it did in that picture, and oh, I really want, I'd love to just get another one and just, you know, have one more. And that's not healthy. That's not a healthy mindset. So even though I'm doing this video saying, yeah, I don't regret it, I don't regret it because there's no point. Like, I'm happy with what I look like, but at the same time, I do feel like it's made me more self-conscious, if that makes sense. The same way Instagram filters do. I'm sorry, the camera cut off then, I'm not sure how it did, but yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? And now I'm obsessed with using filters. So the same way surgery is with you, like, it's the same with filters on Instagram. It's then like, oh no, I can't put that up, or oh no, I can't take a picture without a filter. I just think enhancing things and changing things like Instagram filters or going and getting surgery does make more insecurities. It does, that's a fact. So I am doing this video to educate about surgery and share my experience for anyone that is, yeah, mine made up, I'm getting surgery, I just want more information about it because it's so important to be safe. But at the same time, I would also say it has made me more self-conscious, and that is a fact. I don't think surgery completely, it's so hard because my friend, she had a nose job and she has always been, she's hated her nose, and how happy she was after her nose, that it completely changed her life after she got her nose done. I think it just comes down to your individual, but I think always sort of think, do you know what I mean? Think about it. So a lot of people are asking to see before and after, so I'm going to put my before and after picture on the screen now. Take note that my after that you can see now, my body doesn't look like that now. I'd say that obviously before I sort of went straight down, and now I've got a curve, and I still got that curve, don't get me wrong. But do you know what, I'm going to find a picture, I'm going to put a picture up now as well of what I look like now. I've sort of lost the hips, I sort of go more straight down, I've still got this sort of figure, but yeah, your results don't stay that way, you have to maintain them. And I think that's why you'll see people getting surgery and then getting surgery again, because it doesn't stay, basically. Maybe some people it does, but I mean, personally with me it didn't. However, my boobs are just what I've always been self-conscious about, and when I went for my surgery of my boobs, my surgeon said to me, like, look, I'll do the best I can, do your uplift and everything, but they won't always be equal, which no boobs are, but you know, it could drop down again. You know, it was a big difference. There was a big difference between my boobs, and so one uplift might not completely fix it. And I got my surgery in 2019 in July, and now we're in May 2021, so almost 2 years ago, and my boobs over the last 6 months have dropped down again, which is just so frustrating. And I sort of like low-key watched them do it, like slowly and slowly. The one that I had the operation on for the Mystitis in the first place has basically had like 1 million uplifts. That's what it looks like, and the other one is just completely different. So obviously I had the uplift, I had the implants, and the surgeon was amazing, everything was fine. It's nothing down to the surgeon, it's just obviously how unequal they were. The issue I had with my boob in the first place, the one boob, it just might not have been fixed completely from one surgery. So I've watched it drop down basically, and I've obviously I've been like, it's fine, and slowly it's got worse and worse and worse, to the point now when I've got the scars from having my boobs done, and I've got these scars, which is fine, but now my boobs I'm not happy with them, because they're so unequal now. They've completely gone unequal again, and it's just so frustrating, because it's all just from having the surgery or having this abscess removed. And so I sort of battled with it for a while, like, do I want to get it fixed? Do I want to get it fixed? And at first it wasn't, to me, bad enough to get fixed. Like, yeah, without a bra on and a vest top, you can tell the difference. But it has got to the point now where when I haven't got a bra on and I've got a vest top on, one will be here and one will be here. And it's just my luck. Of course that would happen to me, of course. So because of that, I am going to have that rectified, which is not something I wanted to do. It's sort of frustrating, because surgery is surgery, like, it puts you back, it puts you out for a bit, but it's just something I want to do. It gave me confidence having my boobs equal, like as equal as they possibly could be, and the way I like to dress, I hate wearing a bra. So now that they are considerably unequal, I've just decided that I want to get that fixed again. And I battled with not having a BBL, and I've really persuaded myself, don't do it, because you're just going to make yourself even more self-conscious than you were before, because then you're going to be obsessed with that image, and then you're not going to stay like that if you don't go to the gym. Just go to the gym, yeah. So I'm not getting another BBL, but I am going to have my boob fixed again. The surgeons actually said that I need to have a proper uplift now. So last time I just had a I don't know what they call it, but it's just literally a scar on my nipple, like you can't see it basically, but because of the difference of my boobs, I have to have the proper uplift, which is an anchor scar. So it's when imagine your boobs are here, imagine this is your boob, so I've just got a scar around my nipple. It will go around my nipple and down, so I'll have 2 lines down, but they fade a lot over time, and yeah, it's just what happened after the surgery. I had to have the abscess removed. God love Malia, but kids and your bodies are not the same. The things we go through, guys. Yeah, so I'm supposed to be doing that next month, which I am, if I can go, I will be documenting it all for you, because obviously I wasn't on YouTube for my last surgery, and now I am. So I'm going to be vlogging it all. I'll vlog when I first wake up from the operation. That is a promise. This is just more of like an educational video for people that have decided that they already want surgery and want to know more information about it, because if you're like me, I think it's important to also some people, I got accused of sort of persuading people to have surgery and promoting surgery, which, yeah, of course, in a way it looks like I am promoting surgery. However, you have to look at it as, obviously, I am in like the public eye. I could never have gone and got surgery and not said it, because that would have been wrong. Imagine if I suddenly had this body and went, oh yeah, I went to the gym. Like, I had to tell people I had surgery. So with that comes people that are curious and that also want surgery, that I can then educate and help to go to a safe surgeon, to give more information about. And so it's just more of like if you have decided you want surgery, this is more of a, this is what it's like. Do you know what I mean? It's not a, oh yeah, girls, this is amazing, go and get this. Because trust me, it does not, it did not fix my insecurities. If anything, it made them worse. And yeah, it is a big decision, so no regrets on my end. Because when I look in the mirror, I don't even recognize myself. No regrets, no regrets on my side, but I just really 100% believe surgery. My boobs, for example, 100% fixed my insecurity. Like, that was, my boobs were complete, they weren't even sisters. They were literally like distant cousins that find out that they're not actually blood related. That's what my boobs look like. So in terms of my boobs, like, I was more than happy, and that's not made me any more self-conscious. I'm so happy with them. But in terms of like a BBL, for example, yeah, it made me more self-conscious. So I think just be very wary of where you're going. Do your research and do it again. Like, research as much as you possibly can, even down to messaging girls that you see who've been to the same surgeon. And yeah, I think if you just sort of randomly decide one day that you would like some sort of surgery, and it's not to fix an insecurity that you've had, you just want it, I would really consider it and think about it for a while. So I hope that's answered for any of you that have been curious about my surgery, or are already booked to get it done and want to see what the experience is like. I've obviously attached all the pictures of what the before and after, the bruising, the garments, everything. So that is and was my BBL experience. But like I said, please do not watch this video and think, yeah, I want that. It's more of a video just for people that have asked all these questions. And yeah. But thank you for watching. I'll be back next week with a new vlog. Please let me know in the comments as well if you would, what you would like. Basically, I'm thinking maybe a girl talk or a get ready with me. I've ordered loads of new makeup, so I think I might do a get ready with me, because I'm practicing. I'm gonna be an MUA one day. I'm not, but I'm trying to get good at makeup basically. So leave in the comments what you would like to see next, and I will see you next week.